Hey guys, Clumsy here and welcome back to ETS2. I've been so excited to record again because ever since we moved to 1440, I could not wait to get back into the truck. So now I have my chance. For today, we have quite a long trip planned. We are planning to do 2 parts on this, 2 or 3. Not sure how long it would last, but we are planning to start here in Sofia. And we are carrying, I think, 13 tons of silica, if I remember correctly. And we'll make our way all through across Turkey back to Istanbul. But instead of going through the straightforward route, we will be doing a countryside tour. So we'll be passing by Pirdop, Karlovo, and we will be starting to explore most of the other places as well, even Plovdiv here, even if it's out of the way. And once we cross into Turkey, we will then just loop around and explore Edirne, is that how you call it? And Tekirdağ. Probably wrong pronunciation, but you get the point, yeah? So something along those lines. And then here we can also discover that dealer right there. Yes, so all in all it will be 845 kilometers. We'll be getting on the highway, but I think this should be a countryside road. So just a little bit of highway and most of everything else will be countryside. That's the way we like it here over at these parts. Anyway, still with the Scania P by Eugene, still have the rigid chassis by Cast and the sounds by EVR. And the compatibility patch on the EVR sounds for the Scania P by yours truly. I know that's quite a lot, but just rewind it if you missed some of the details, okay? Anyway, I explained all of these in the previous episodes as well. Just reiterating that. Thank goodness for the rewind button. Or the left arrow key for that matter. Alright, let's start. So yes, I have been super excited to truck again. I'm absolutely loving the new monitor. I did not realize how much I was missing on before, getting myself stuck at 1080 at 60. Now with 1440 at 144, and with FreeSync or G-Sync, Adaptive Sync, whatever you want to call it, things are much better in the visuals. And I really hope that it's also much better on your end, because that's part of the deal. I am upgrading mainly for me and for you guys, so you get a better visual and oral experience. Is that oral or audio experience? Maybe that sounds better. Oral might be misinterpreted, so let's play it safe. Okay, looking good. Looking good. Right, no missed frames, nothing. So let me share a bit about how my setup is looking like now. Just going straight here. So I bought a 1440 monitor, right? I mentioned it last episode. So I have a triple monitor setup now, because before I only had 2 monitors. So I have the 1440 in the middle, and I have my 2 1080 monitors on the sides as utility monitors, and they are rotated 90 degrees, so they are in portrait orientation. So it's not the usual triple monitor setup where everything is in landscape. And I have truck sim only in the middle. The 2 side monitors are for utilities, for recording software, so I can monitor what's happening. So right now on my left monitor, I have the CPU, GPU utilization, all that stuff, the temperatures, the fan speeds, and I have OBS on the left side as well, so that I can monitor if everything is looking fine, the statistics and everything, missed frames, all that stuff. On the right side, I have, right now, Wikipedia. That's the power of a triple monitor setup, specifically for Wikipedia power. So I have Bulgaria opened up in Wikipedia just so I can get some knowledge in, because I know absolutely nothing about this country, although I am loving the visuals. But yeah, it's a pretty much an unknown country for me, and I found it quite interesting that when the Road to the Black Sea DLC released, and during that first look video, we got a lot of Romanians who stepped out, spoke out, and said, "I'm from Romania." And it was an absolutely awesome experience. So thank you guys for speaking out, coming out, and letting me know that you are from around these parts. Because I know we have a lot of tour guides and we can have a lot of comparison with real life. But what I found interesting is that I don't think I remember any Bulgarians coming out, nor Turkish folks. Because the Black Sea DLC includes 3 countries, but most of the people who came out were Romanians. So I'm not sure if maybe the channel just has a strong Romanian influence, or maybe Bulgarians and Turkish are not very much into trucking, or not into English trucking, like trucking with English commentary, or maybe I'm just not famous on the known on their circles. Maybe that's it. But just in case I missed anyone, I'm really sorry. Please feel free, please speak out, comment here on this video and let me know, hey, I'm Bulgarian, hey, I'm Turkish, and then share some stuff. How do you think the DLC looks like? Does it look like how it looks really in your country? This is where we should be exiting, and I'm guessing this is where the country road starts. Hopefully, because that's what this place is all about. Oh crap, that's bad, because we still have 13% damage on our truck and it's not in the best condition anymore. So from time to time it does the engine does fail, so we have to be ready for that, because whenever the engine dies, the steering gets stiff as heck. And so if that happens in the middle of a turn, and that might prove very disastrous for us. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to your comments on the switch to 1440, because as I'm recording this, I started pre-recording already, because I'll be out on the week of Christmas, December 23 onwards. That week I'll be out because I'll be back in Manila to spend Christmas with the family. I just saw like a side road there. I'm not sure if that was a hidden road. And yeah, I'm starting to pre-record some videos so you can still watch something even while I'm out. So I actually, as I'm recording this, that video, that 1440 shift in ETS2 has not yet released even in YouTube. That's how advanced I am recording all this stuff. So sorry if my replies are a bit late, but it's all for you. It's all for you guys. Yeah, I don't want to leave you hanging, especially during the holidays. Maybe you have a lot of free time and you could do with a video or 2 or 10, I don't know. But I'm trying to, at the very least, still provide daily videos even while I'm out, and still continue my usual streaming schedule. Although on that date, for sure, there will be no streams, but I'm hoping to have videos at least. I have this like Excel file with the list of days and a checklist. Which day, what kind of episode is coming out, or what I'm planning at least. I love this windy road. And there's a side road right there. Sorry, you have to explore this. This doesn't happen often, so just give it to me, okay? Just, oh, it's closed, come on. Really? Is it really closed? Or is it a fake boundary? Let's try. Dang it, it's real. Okay, fine. Now this is going to be disastrous. I got myself in this situation. Now I have to pay for the consequences. Oh crap, I hope there's no invisible wall here, so I can plow through the fields or something, but there is. Cannot even go through there. That's what happens when you try and explore. Oh crap, and now we have engine malfunction in the middle of all this craziness. I might have to cheat here, guys. I think I got myself stuck. Please don't hate me. I do love how the shadows are looking like though, inside the truck, based on the tree. It's a bit blurred, but I think I got myself stuck. That's my bad. Even if I go the other direction. Okay, we're still moving. Still a chance. Maybe. But reversing with a dolly like this is a recipe for disaster. Look at how sharp that is. Oh my goodness. It's not going to end well for us. Oh no. Yeah. Maybe I should just hide myself like this. Save myself from the embarrassment. Oh. No, but we'll try not to cheat. Operative word being try. No, I don't think it will work at all. Fine. We can do this. Believe. I'm not sure what I'm actually hitting at the back there. If there's a limitation on the dolly or if it's something on my end. Can we go through these bushes, please, at least? Okay, just crawl through. Oh, we're out. Yahoo! Didn't need to cheat. Look at that. Just got 1% damage for our troubles. That's the exciting part about this road trip. No need to hurry. You can just enjoy. You know? There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Phew. Slatica. Is that a city? I guess. It's not in the map, but it does look like a small town. So yes, Bulgarians represent. Say hello. Say hi. Man, look at that sky. My goodness. That is one for the screenshot. For the thumbnail. Let's work on that later. Get it up. Oh, look at the sky there. On the side mirror. That is absolutely breathtaking. Thank you, Kirill. This is with natural lux, of course. Now I'm trying to look for a rest area because I can see that the skies are getting dark. It won't be that scenic anymore once it gets dark. So I'm hoping we find something soon. See anything? I see houses, but it doesn't look like we are welcome in these houses. Looks like people are sleeping already. No one walking on the road. But it does look like a countryside, I'll give it that. Okay, leaving paired up. Now we can speed up again. Nice. Awesome. How about that one? Is that the rest area? No, not at least not from the game's point of view. This reminds me of Utah. These cliff faces and whatnot. Actually, this is very lovely, huh? Would have been even nicer if we had more daylight here so we can see more, but as it is, man, that looks amazing. Very scenic. Now, this scenery I am liking. This one I like. Looks like we are approaching the next town. Let's go and slow down here. Should really slow down with these things under construction. That looks good. I think. Alright. Karlovo, we are here. Now don't tell me there is not a single rest area in this place. Come on, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. I don't see anything. I think we'll have to plow on through. At the very least, I think it was Plovdiv where we were going to explore and check out a truck dealer. That for sure has a rest zone there. And I am speeding. Ooh, that guy. I did have right of way. Yeah, we have right of way. Wow. Is this Bulgarian driving? I hope not. Okay, I see a fuel station there, but not a rest area. Okay, fine. Just continue. Let's hope that the daylight... Wow, that's pretty interesting though, that logic, that AI logic right there. Actually, refueling. That's not something we see often. Sorry, got too distracted there. Come on. 3 low is where it's at. Now this one looks like a nice view. If only it was brighter. But yeah, this looks quite amazing. I'll see what I can do later there. Right next to the cemetery though. Might be a bit scary. Looking good. Karlovo. Okay, there we go. Plovdiv straight ahead. So it might be a little bit of night driving, but that should be fine. Should be okay. Let me have a look at my wiki page. See if I can read some stuff. Reading while driving, that's not a good combination, especially with these bendy roads, but we'll risk it. Let me see. Should I just read everything? No, I'm just going to try and look for the interesting parts. Neolithic Karanovo culture. Karanovo, didn't we just pass through that place? Maybe I'm just attributing it. They sound a bit the same to me. That's how it works when you are not familiar with the language, nor with places. Wow, now it's super dark. Not a street lamp in sight. That's scary actually. Here at least we have a little town, looks like. I can hear a chopper. Where's that guy? Hovering. I see. Oh crap, and it's raining. That's not going to be very good for the frame rate, but it is going to be very good for the auditory experience because of these wipers and the pitter-patter of raindrops. So all in all, I think it's a good deal. At least until we get to Plovdiv. Don't even think of merging. What the heck was that guy doing? Wow. No looking at the side mirrors at all. Good thing we were able to do a bit of defensive driving there. That was tricky. And now we are in Plovdiv. And now we got a speeding ticket. It was only a matter of time. I don't know, for some reason I find it hard. Maybe I'm not just not focusing enough. I find it really hard to distinguish when the cities are coming in. Because I remember, I think in the Baltic Sea, in the previous DLC, it was clear to me when a city was coming, because the landscape would change with more buildings. It would look busier and stuff like that. I was trying to discover that, but it did not unlock. Dang it. Really? Okay, we'll go back there anyway later, so that's fine. Here is where we can sleep. Okay. You can also buy the garage next to it. Okay, alright. Yeah, for some reason I'm finding it hard to distinguish when a city is coming until the sign actually says that we are entering the city, at which point it's late. So I'm not sure if there is something missing in terms of how the mapping was done, like some kind of distinction, more buildings may be needed, or maybe it's just me that's not really looking properly, not paying attention. You decide. You let me know in the comments. What I do like about this place though, looks like very custom made traffic lights. I think it's the first time I've seen these kinds of traffic lights, at least. That one. Vertical, but placed so high up there. Thank you. Okay, that looks good. Up. We still follow the rules, sometimes. With a huge highlight on sometimes. Plovdiv looks like a busy city. Must be one of their bigger ones. Let me stay on the right lane here, because we are going around this roundabout. Yeah, that looks good. Ooh. What kind of food do you have in Bulgaria? In Romania, for that matter. Turkish food is something I am more familiar with. I mean, Turkish food is super famous internationally. But how about Romania and Bulgaria? Do you have something similar when it comes to food? Is it more European or more Asian, like more Turkish? Somewhere in the middle? Because geographical placement is something that has a huge influence on the kind of food that the country has, right? So if you are neighbored by people who are into some kind of food, then chances are you are also going to have variants of that kind influences. Yeah, that's something that really look forward to whenever we travel, is to eat different local food. Not really the delicacies. We're not into the delicacies, because the delicacies are more exotic, you know, like the stuff you feed your tourists, like, I don't know, in Thailand, the grasshoppers, fried grasshoppers or something. In the Philippines, it's balut. It's like duck. Is it duck egg? Where sometimes it's still like an embryo, so sometimes you can see like some parts of the duck jutting out of the egg. It's quite graphic, so let's not go into detail there. But yeah, we're not very much into that. We're more into the normal stuff, you know, because normally people wouldn't eat that. Like, for us at least, Filipinos, we really brag about that balut, but on a daily basis, you will hardly find people who eat that on a daily basis, or on a regular basis at least. So like, I would not eat that on my own. I would only look at buying that when there is a tourist and we want them to try this. So it's a tourist only food basically. And I'm sure in other countries there are such things, but we're not interested in that. We're interested in the normal stuff that you guys eat. So let me know what it's called, how it tastes, is it spicy? Because I really love spicy food. But what I noticed about European food is not such fans of spiciness. Maybe there are exceptions, but it's more common to have a non-spicy food than a spicy one. I don't know, maybe spice is an Asian thing, after all. Isn't that what Europeans sailed the world for? Maybe that's a different kind of spice, but maybe it is related, right? We've always been taught in our history books, because they say Magellan discovered the Philippines. That's at least what is taught in the history books. There is a huge, there is a large, what do you say, debate around that, because the argument is, even before, look at this, it looks like the green light is lit, but if you look outside, it looks a bit different. Maybe it's the shininess. Oh yeah, it's much brighter when it's lit. Okay. So in the Philippines, there are like articles or historical, how do you say, articles that say even before Magellan arrived. I think Magellan is, I can't remember, Spanish, but he was representing the Portuguese, if I remember my history correctly, which I probably don't because goldfish memory. But yeah, the teaching was that before Magellan arrived, the Filipinos were an uncivilized people, like I don't know, maybe not cavemen, but very unrefined. But there are accounts that say that even before Magellan arrived, we had our own culture, that we were matriarchal, that we had all these different things already, which sounded very close to Malaysian culture, I think. And it wouldn't be very far off, because geographically speaking, we are very close to each other. Well, quite close, in the same region maybe. But anyway, and yeah, I had like a semester in college where our history professor was really into that idea. So he did not follow all the books, because if you read the official history books in the Philippines, at least during my time when I was still studying, it was all about Magellan and how he discovered the Philippines and the introduced culture and all that stuff. This particular professor, and I highly respect him for it, he basically like threw away all the books and asked us to read the articles that he believed in, which is those stuff that there was culture even before the arrival of Magellan. How did I get to that point, huh? From Bulgaria to Magellan. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. Let's go and start moving to the left here. We'll be making our turn shortly. Actually on the next junction, so we might actually hassle some of the folks here. If you guys can find it in your heart to let me through, that would be perfect. Or will I have to squeeze myself in? Okay. Thank you. I think we basically bullied him into submission. Is this where we turn? No, actually this is not where we turn. Oh, my bad. Wrong way driving. Thank goodness there was no car in there. I blame the rain and the darkness. So hard to see. Okay, Volvo. For our Volvo fans. There we go. And let's take a short break here. Probably somewhere. Oh yeah, we can have ourselves repaired as well, all in one. Perfect. Let's go and repair that. Awesome. Now let's go and find the rest zone, that specific spot which will allow us to sleep. I'm guessing it should be around here somewhere. If we slow down enough, it should pop up when we find it. There it is. It's weird that there's no mark though. Usually there would be markings on the ground. Oh, that's a beautiful morning. Yeah, usually there would be markings here, I think. Look at that sky, guys. Good morning indeed. Absolutely lovely. Shoo. Right. Ooh. Okay. There we go. No more problems there. And we are fully fixed now? Yes, 0%. Perfect. Okay, so let's do some time management things here. 30 minutes into this episode, can we handle a bit more? Let's say, let's stop here on the border. Yeah, let's just cross. Let's cross Turkey. And we stop here. Yeah, and we continue next episode. I think that's a fair enough timing. I'm hoping there is not much traffic yet, because the time-consuming part is the plowing through the slow roads inside the city. That's where we are at our slowest. Once we get on the road, on the highway, or on the countryside, it's going to be more smooth sailing. Right, do I want to buy that garage? No, it's okay, I can skip it. I mean, I can buy it remotely later on anyway. There's no rush. Looks like there's no one awake yet. What time is it anyway? 8:08 in the morning? Oh. Looks like they had a long night. Oh no, there's actually a lot of people on the other side already. Going into the city maybe. Thankfully, we are going out. So we're going the opposite way. And this is actually a very nice spot for a photo actually. Yes, this is perfect. So what I will do is oh, and there's a bridge. Looky here. Perfect timing. Let's take that shot later, that one. And stay tuned. So the thumbnail you see will most likely be coming from that angle. Now you know where. We don't need to swerve like that, right? We can postpone it a bit. Those buildings look amazing. I like that. Yeah, Plovdiv looks like actually it looks like a bigger city than Sofia, even if Sofia is the capital. Find that a bit interesting. So let me stay on the right here. Normally I think you would need to stay on the left, but you guys told me that for trucks at least always stay on the right, because we are large enough and we cannot afford to follow those rules. But you let me know if you know otherwise, okay? In the meantime, I will follow this because it makes sense. It's easier for me, and it's less likely for me to hit an AI car on the way like that guy, which I would have absolutely plowed through if I were on the left side. I think I'm blocking the right lane now. Might be, but that should be fine since there is no right turn on red signal here anyway. It's not here in these parts. We are not in the US. Is that a new car? So yeah, I really need to hurry that much. Oi, what do you think you're doing? Sneaking about like so. Is that the flag? That is the flag of Bulgaria. Comparing what I'm seeing here and what I'm seeing on the Wikipedia page. So Wikipedia does have its uses. Let me have a look more. Thracians, Persians. Wow, it's a very old culture. Dates back to the 6,500 BC. Goodness. The Neolithic Karanovo culture. That's what I read a while ago. Byzantine. There's also the Russo-Turkish War of the 1877 to 78. Look at me, all knowledgeable and stuff. Thank you, Wikipedia. Yeah, we should do more like this. You know, I did a Fernbus video recently and I highly recommend you watch it. especially the one. So I released 2. I'm not sure if by this time you see this video released, those 2 will be out. But they are for the Scania Touring, the new coach DLC that Fernbus released. Oh, crap, please don't hit that barrier. And the tour in Paris. Oi, 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 what the heck? Right of way? Guys? I don't know. I don't get it at all. These drivers seem to not follow. It seems like they changed something in the AI, because they seem less courteous now. We've had to do a lot of defensive driving on the road. What's up with that? Okay, fine. That should be fine. This is also a nice site. This is a nice bridge. Bigger road, definitely. What was I saying? Of course, I forgot what I was saying. Dang it. That's how much the goldfish. Is that an airport? Or is that just a water tower? Now I'm confused. Man, this looks lovely, huh? It does look like an airport, like a tower. Airport tower. Fine. Oh yeah, the Fernbus thing. So the tour in Paris. Oh, I'm going to beat the red light because I am getting impatient with all these traffic lights. So the one in Fernbus where we went to Paris, I must say they've done Paris very well, to the point that even I was only there for a few days in real life, a couple of years back. I was able to distinguish one particular part, that Louvre area, and I knew that was the Louvre, and it was accurate. But what I really liked about that Fernbus concept is their concept of landmarks. So if you look at the map, like if I press M here, what they had in Fernbus is, for example, here they would have like a camera icon where it would just say what landmark it was, so you would know what you're looking at, what you're looking for. Because I mean, most of us probably who are driving around in these parts are not locals. We don't really know anything about this place. So anything that can help us appreciate the place more, even as simple as a camera icon in the map, just so we know what to look out for, that would be more than enough to help us appreciate and not miss any of the important landmarks and buildings in the place. If they worked hard on something, I think it is fair enough to display that in the map. You know, it's a simple icon. Don't need any fancy stuff. I remember even Pro Mods already does that. I remember when they released Iceland, or when they improved Iceland, there are they added like special icons which are like landmark areas or photo opportunities. Yeah, they can add those in the base game as well, in the DLCs, right? I don't think that will be hard. I think that makes perfect sense. So I would highly recommend them. I hope someone from SCS is watching. But yeah, that's an amazing feature. Very easy to implement, but very important, very useful. Like when I was driving in Fernbus in Paris, it was marking, okay, to your left, you should be seeing the Notre Dame Cathedral. On the next right, you would see the Louvre. Stuff like that, simple things. Do I really have to? Okay, I didn't have to turn into the junction anymore. I thought I would have to turn just to discover that agency. It's just the completionist side of me, not wanting to leave any question mark undiscovered. Let's see. So yes, that would be amazing. And so if they wanted to highlight like the airport, like is that an airport? They could have put that in the map, right? An icon which said an airport. Because right now the map is very basic. The map is mostly filled for the purpose of slow down here. it's filled for the purpose of trucking. Like it would only show icons that are relevant for trucking, like the border checkpoints, the gas stations, the rest areas. But they could add so much more to that map. They could add, I don't know, yeah, the icons for landmarks, icons for like non-interactive areas. You cannot interact with them, you cannot enter them, but you can see them. And you can appreciate them more if they are on the map. So that is something that I would really hope SCS implements. A map improvement. And that shouldn't be too hard, I would imagine. I think mods can already do that. Pro mods does that already. Why are those cars stopped? Oh, I think there was a roadworks. There were roadworks over there. Countryside for days. Although we are on a highway, but still feels like a countryside highway, huh? Absolutely lovely. I like this. I like this. This reminds me a bit of Grand Utopia. I don't know why. Maybe the gentle bends on the highway. I think SCS got the secret on proper building of highways now. How sharp it should turn. Like I barely have to move my steering wheel here. And I do not need to slow down at all. Even if I am moving at 90 kilometers per hour. This is cool. This is cool. Yes. With skies like that, yeah, that's a perfect time to go on a road trip. I'm a bit envious actually. I've been talking with my colleagues from work. They are from Germany, both of them, and they have plans for the holidays. And they are planning on going to different countries. Like one of them is going to Czech Republic. One of them is going to Austria. They are both from Germany. And they are planning to go there via car. Right? And it's like, for me, like going to a different country via car is such an alien concept because I am from the Philippines. I'm living now in Singapore. And in both cases, we don't really have a lot of countries near our borders by land, right? I mean, Singapore has Malaysia right next to it, but I don't really drive in Singapore. It's only for rich folks. Man, look at that sky, huh? Amazing. So, yeah, it's a bit of a strange concept to me, but it's such a nice idea. Being able to go on a road trip and go to different countries actually, and you don't need no borders and everything because of the Schengen EU or whatever, Schengen I think, territories. But yes, it's such an amazing concept, and yeah, that's exactly what we're doing here right now. So even if this kind of road tripping is not available to me in real life, this is the beauty with these simulators, is you can, next best thing, you can simulate them. Yeah, so at least in virtual reality, we have access to what we're missing. I remember having questions before about those, what makes me like simulators that much. And yes, that's one of the things that I love about it. Your frustrations in real life can be made into reality, or virtual reality at least, using these sims. Like, I know there are a lot of frustrated pilots out there, myself included, that are restricted from being a real pilot in one way or another, either financially or health-wise or for whatever reason. But sims allow us to get that, scratch that itch in a way. And for me, actually, this entire driving thing is something to help me keep driving, Because yeah, as I mentioned, yeah, those kinds of, I don't know, it just appears out of nowhere for me. These speed limit changes, it seems to me that they come out of nowhere. Maybe I just haven't gotten used to the style, but you would see a speed limit sign and immediately it would be lower already, and by that time you see it, it's already too late. So I'm not sure how it should work, but I remember from other places it's much more obvious when something is changing. I'm not sure how to explain it, but like here, when the toll gate is coming, I would see it because there will be buildings coming up. But here in this map, or at least for me right now, I'm not detecting that at all. So I see the speed limit signs and I'm completely caught off guard because it's asking me to slow down already, and I was not expecting anything like it. I don't know, I'm probably missing something. You guys let me know if you can relate to that somehow. X-ray? Is this the X-ray thing? Maybe not. Thank you. It is the X-ray thing. X-ray control thingy. Okie dokie. By the way, I just realized I haven't fully configured my new monitor just yet. I fixed the brightness and the contrast, but actually the color correction I barely touched. I just eyeballed it to be at similar to my other monitors, but I didn't really calibrate it. If you know of any nice calibration tool or web page, let me know in the comments, okay? But don't link to it, because if you put in a link, YouTube will mark your comments as spam. So please don't hate me if I don't reply to you. I probably did not see it if you commented at any point and gave me a link, included a link in that comment. Because links are a no-no in YouTube comments. They get caught by the spam guard. So just describe it to me, describe how to find it, like Google this keyword. But don't put the actual link in, to be on the safe side, so I can read it and so I can reply to you. What's nice though is that in YouTube Studio, this page for content creators, there we go, Turkey, we have a new YouTube Studio, relatively new, that allows us to see all the comments which we haven't replied to yet. So it's harder to miss stuff now. Oh, look at that! I like that, actually. That's a nice touch. That looked like a German Shepherd as well. Will this open? It is. It will. Okay, good. That was a nice one. Walking the dog. Literally. So many checks. What is this now? It's a massive border checkpoint. I can imagine people, truckers specifically, spending hours and hours stuck in this place because of the queue and because of all the processes they have to go through. X-rays, weighing stations, border checkpoints, passport control, document checks, and all that stuff. X-ray again. We really have to? Okay, fine. Okay, I will listen. Okay. Where's the... oh, there it is. Okay, the end. Yeah, that's new as well, I think. Someone cleaning? Is it? Hanging out? Yeah, it's nice to see those additional models here. The guards, it makes you feel like there is someone maintaining the place, not just buildings, not like a zombie apocalypse that everyone has disappeared. But it really it's being monitored, and there are people who are checking your documents and stuff like that. People just having a break like that. Okay. And now we are through. I think this is the biggest checkpoint that I've gone through in the game. So many levels. How many barriers did we pass through? just here in this zone. 4, 5 more. You get the picture. And it's nice to see that we're not alone. Like, we have other folks who are going through the same thing, so we don't feel discriminated or anything like that. We don't feel singled out. We all are going through the same process. Some who are a bit more in a hurry than ourselves. That guy is driving very fast. Not sure if that's ideal. That's the dog I think that you guys are complaining about. That dog was not moving, just sitting down. It's not like the other dog that we saw, just very lively. Oh, what is this? Welcome to Turkey, guys. Nice buildings. I'll have to open up the Wikipedia page for Turkey next episode so that I can give more info for newbies like me. The blind leading the blind. Maybe not the best idea. Am I actually hearing that truck? That's nice. We don't hear that often. Yeah, we can actually hear the engine. That's cool. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Oh no, it's that one. And in the case, we're not really resting. We're just parking. So I think this should suffice. Hey, that wasn't me, okay? That was not me. Just arrived here. I have a feeling some of you guys will blame all the mishaps, the clumsy badness on me. Okay. I think this isn't really for trucks, but there's no one parked here anyway, so we can just take a short break. Recharge, bio break, do some stuff. Yeah, in the meantime, let us leave it there. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please don't forget, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, comment, and share with your friends. And we will continue in the next episode and try to finish the trip. There are 469 kilometers remaining. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a nice day and clumsy trucking, everyone. Catch you soon.